This is the new SeeMo Pro by Accsoon. It's completely different from the first version of SeeMo. Comes in a metal enclosure, which makes it heavier, 3 times heavier, but it's definitely more durable. Main difference is that it supports SDI on top of the HDMI input, and it also has an SDI loop out. You can power it by Sony MPF battery, or you can power it using the 2-pin LiMo plug. Now, if you don't know about SeeMo's capabilities, basically what it does is that it turns your iOS devices, iPhones and iPads into video monitors for your cameras. Now, those using SeeMo for Switcher Studio, here's a piece of good news. It has pass-through charging. So 12 watts of charging at all times, keeps your phone powered. Let's say if you switch this out for a dummy battery, you can basically run this thing forever. However, one thing I immediately noticed is that it doesn't come with a phone mount, unlike this one. Alright, so you have to find a creative way of mounting it to your camera. So over here you can see that I mounted it to the camera cage separately. But it's a good thing that SeeMo Pro comes with 4 mounting points, 1 on each side. So just play around with it, see what's the best way for you to mount it on your camera. I do quite a bit of filming as well, and I use monitors such as the FieldWorld and the Ninja V depending on whether I need to record. But how much do you have to spend in order to get a monitor that is this size? 12.9 inch. So at the back of this is SeeMo Pro. It can support up to Full HD 60 frames, and also this is a recorder as well. So let's say if you want to bypass the recording limit on your camera, you can use the SeeMo to record your stuff. I heard the 4K version is coming, and may I throw in a small request to also allow us to record in ProRes. I'm not sure whether it's possible, but a ProRes to an iPad or an iPhone, that would be amazing.
Several long days later.
Hi! This is filmed a while later after I've used this for a project. It has also given me a better idea, allow the initial excitement to wear off first before I properly give this a verdict. I suppose most of you watching my video comes from Switcher Studio side, so let me start off with that. If you are looking to add a DSLR or mirrorless camera, you do not have SeeMo yet, you are wondering whether you should get the new one, the SeeMo Pro, or you should get the first version, let me tell you, get this one. It's a lot easier to set up. This mounts directly on top of your camera, plug in the phone, that's it. However, with this does not come with a phone mount, it does not come with a swivel mount. So you have to mount the phone separately, which takes up more time, which complicates the setup. I'm a fan of simplified setups. Alright, I need my setup to be fast and efficient. Another thing I realized is that even though it has screw mounts on all sides, the only side without any buttons, without any interface, without any display, if I were to mount it on top of the camera like this, what happens is that the battery have to be mounted upwards, which I generally don't like because now the battery weight is actually pulling itself down. Granted, it's a small matter as the mount is quite sturdy. However, I just feel the need to point this out to you as well, because this side where the USB-C ports are is generally useless to be used as a mounting point. Anything you mount over here, the ports will be blocked anyway. If I were to mount it over here where the video ports are, there's a chance that your wire may get in the way of your camera body. Generally, you don't really get any benefit from it. I feel that the performance is the same. However, if you use SDI cameras, if you have a V-mount setup, you're using broadcast or you're doing cinematography, if you're working multi-hour live streams where you need to keep the phone powered for long periods of time, this will probably work better in terms of setting up your rig. By the way, this part of the video is actually filmed with the help of SeeMo. I'm filming alone and I need to be able to see what my camera is filming. Over here I have SeeMo hooked up, the first version of SeeMo hooked up to my Nikon camera, and from there I'll be able to tell whether my exposure is correct and whether my voice is being picked up properly. So I think this is a fantastic use case for SeeMo for those of you who are filming alone. So there you have it. Hopefully you get a better idea of what SeeMo Pro does, how is it different from the first SeeMo, and whether it has a place in your video toolkit. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below and I'll see you in the next video.